Fire, fire, blaze higher, higher. Rude boy, you walk aside, wire. This word straight from the ayah. Let Jah be the truth and every other tongue a liar. Gentle as a dove, wise as a serpent. Power of a king, humble as a servant. Share with my brother, yeah, I do it on purpose. Break bread over beats, it's the D&B service. Peace to all the kings, peace to all the queens, and peace to the righteous children they'll bring. Peace to the fire, peace to the herb, peace to the power, to the sound, to the word. Peace to the stars, peace to the earth, and peace to the first which give it all birth. Hey yo, what's up, I'm out.
Tune into the sound that shakes the ground. When things rock loud, crashing all around. 1600 hours till the clock strikes 5. Independent voices keep the scene alive. Formula rock on Emmachev, always loud and clear. Feel the power run through right in your ear. From 16 to 17 we take the stage. Great songs, independent artist rage. Airwaves crackle with the new and unknown, blasting out the speakers, breaking the stone. Uncut diamonds from the underground rise. Formula rock's the prize, the truth no disguise. Formula rock on Emmachev, always loud and clear. Feel the power run pure right in your ear. From 16 to 17 we take the stage. Great songs, independent artist rage. Ready to this way. Airwaves crackle with the new and unknown, blasting out the speakers, breaking the stone. Uncut diamonds from the underground rise. Formula rock's the prize, the truth no disguise. Formula rock on Emmachev, always loud and clear. Feel the power run pure right in your ear. From 16 to 17 we take the stage. Great songs, independent artist rage. Ready to this rage. And we storm, shaking the core. For an hour it's music we adore. Formula rock where legends are born. Everywhere it's a brand new dawn. Formula rock on Emmachev, always loud and clear. Feel the power run through right in your ear. From 16 to 17 we take the stage. Great songs, independent artist rage. Ready to this rage.
Absolute beginners came to Georgetown. They were wearing Harris tweed and pork pie hats. They'd slit your throat and throw you in the gutter. But it's all you can expect from men like that. The bus is bound for Niles Bend and Harbor. The ladies wear perfume to scar your nose, and the only way to reach them is to scare them. But of that you know little, I suppose. It's a magical and mystical performance as you perambulate right down the road, with your pockets full of stardust and perfection, and Jesus on your side and in your soul. Jet rings on every finger and 10 bracelets, some touch with powers given by a sage. He had contemplated giving her his wristwatch, and time for him had long since gone its way. the city he would shuffle, while spinning on his heels and chewing beef. He had promised her he'd be a vegetarian, but he could not control his lust for meat. Some say she left the streets for greater glory, but others said that she was big with child. Whatever was the truth, it did not matter. He would hunt her down and cut her with his smile. Last time he was seen was by the pawn shop. He traded 2 gold teeth for a sack of corn, and he would plant it on the outskirts of the city as a warning that he would someday return. He said he never found her and he's still looking. It is said he searches rivers for some sign, but the truth is that he caught her down in Georgetown with a Spaniard who had left his wife behind.
You are listening to Emmachev Radio.
All the latest news and breaking headlines, live from your local radio station. This is On the Hour News.
Welcome to Emmachev Radio News.
Today's top stories include a royal resignation, a survey on slavery awareness, England's football future, and Tesla's sales slump.
So first up, Prince Harry has resigned from an African charity he co-founded.
Apparently there's been some infighting.
He says he's shocked and heartbroken.
17 years he put into that charity, and now this.
It's a shame, really.
He and the co-founder, Prince Seeiso of Lesotho, both stepped down.
It all stems from a dispute with the chair, who was appointed just last year.
The trustees resigned, and now the princes have followed suit.
A right mess.
Next, a new survey reveals most Britons don't know the full extent of the UK's involvement in slavery.
They're not aware of how many people were enslaved or for how long.
It's pretty shocking, isn't it? The poll also shows growing support for reparations, though.
It was released to coincide with the UN's International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery.
It's definitely something people need to be more aware of.
The survey was commissioned by the Repair Campaign, which is working with CARICOM on reparatory justice projects.
Moving on to sports, England's new football manager, Thomas Tuchel, is under pressure.
He needs to improve the team's performance quickly before the World Cup.
He doesn't have much time, does he? He skipped the Nations League games, so he needs to make every match count.
He needs to figure out how to get the best out of players like Jude Bellingham.
Exactly.
He wants to bring that Premier League energy to the international stage.
But qualifying matches often lack the same intensity.
It's a challenge.
Finally, in tech news, Tesla's European sales have plummeted nearly 45%.
There's speculation it's due to backlash against Elon Musk's connection to the Trump administration.
That's a significant drop.
Meanwhile, their Chinese rival, BYD, has overtaken Tesla in global revenue, hitting over $100 billion.
It's a competitive market.
Tesla sold fewer than 16,000 vehicles in Europe last month.
That's a big decrease compared to previous performance.
We'll have to see how this plays out.
Hello, listeners. Welcome back to my story time. My name is Evelyn Achura. Last time I gave a story about a boy who was very merciful. Today I'm going to give a story about a family that had to walk through the deep waters. Have you ever walked through deep waters? That is the question. Have you ever been in a problem and you see the miracle of God? Today I have a story that I'm going to narrate about a family that trusted in God and had to testify. And the miracles had to rain. So welcome to my story. There lived a family. And this family was made up of a father, a mother, and 2 children. These people used to pray they used to trust in their God each and every day. When they woke up in the morning, they used to dedicate their time to pray. In the afternoon, the parents had told their children to always pray anywhere they were, while in school, anywhere. So they were taught on how to remember their God. And in the evening, they used to do their worship time. They used to do their devotion, and then they prayed together. And then before they could sleep, they could also pray. So the children learned about that. So they had that, the favor of God. So they trusted God fully. So one day, they wanted to do their shopping. And in their area, there were no things, as in they could not get the kind of shopping that they wanted. And then they had to send the father to go and do some shopping that they needed at the house. So the father, the only property that he had, or the means of transport that the father had, was only a bicycle. So the wife or the mommy had to send the daddy to cross over the river. So where they used to live, they had to cross over the river to go and do their shopping. The daddy, when I just remember, there is a place in Mombasa, and this place, when you want to cross and to go to the other side of the river, you have to board a ferry. In this ferry, people board, even their vehicles board, everything had to board for them to cross the Indian Ocean. So this is the same scenario with this family. Before they crossed to the other side to go and do their shopping, he had to use his bicycle and cross over the river. But in this particular time, there was no ferry. So there was a canal. A canal is whereby this father used to, he just boarded on a canal with his bicycle, and he crossed over the river and he went to do his shopping. So he went to the market. The mother remained behind with the children. So he did his shopping. He bought sugar, he bought flour for ugali, and he had some other vegetables. While coming back, because he was looking for these commodities and they were not easily available at the marketplace, so he took time, and it was late at around 7 p.m. in the evening. On coming back, it was somehow dark. As usual, he looked for a canoe that was just there. He entered inside. He had wrapped the flour and the flour, and the sugar in a polythene paper, then in a carton box, and then he just tied on the bicycle, and then he bought the canoe. Back home, the mother was worried. Where is our daddy? The children were worried. Where is our father? But because this is a family that trusted God, and they just knelt down and prayed for their dad. So the father, on coming back, by mistake or by accident, the canoe just slipped, and the bicycle, because it had the weight of the flour and the sugar, fell and drowned down, and it sank down deeper. And then the father was just thrown from the canoe, and the canoe just sank down to the river. So the father had to start swimming. He started swimming, and he felt that the water was overpowering him. And then he started praying. He remembered his God, as usually prays, because there is a verse in the Bible that says, I'll be with you. When you walk through the waters, you'll never sink. I'll be with you. So he remembered this verse. So he just surrendered his life to God, and he started swimming without knowing where he was going. But by good luck, he found himself that he had reached at the end, at the shore, and he just stood on the side, and then he was able to come out safely, and he thanked God for that. But his bicycle, the canoe plus the other commodity that he had bought just sank like that. He just raised his voice and thanked God because he was alive. But all of his clothes were wet, but he could not mind. What was important, God had saved his life. He started walking the journey to his place. On arriving home, He knocked at the door. It was around 9 p.m. He knocked at the door. The wife opened the door. The father was wet all over. He was shaking. He was shivering because of the cold. Then the wife was, oh my God, what is not happening? The children ran, Daddy, what's not happening? He was shivering. But the wife, because the wife was so wise, she ran, she brought dry clothes, and then the daddy went, he showered, and then he changed the clothes. The wife told him, oh, first of all, have a seat, change the clothes first, and then you tell us, you narrate the story, what has happened. After that is when the daddy narrated the story, what had happened. They were so sorry. They knelt again, they prayed, and they told God, we had prayed for you, Daddy, and we continue praying for you, and we had prayed, and the God of heaven had protected you. He's the one who protected you. They thanked God for the life of their father. So early in the morning, their father woke up, and he went and reported the matter to the chief, what had happened. Maybe if he could help to get some divers to go and secure or help to see if they could get the bicycle, because it was the only source of income. Oh, the chief was so sorry, because the family was so good and they had a very good reputation in the society, in the community. The chief ordered some men who knew how to dive, so they went to the river, and then some men volunteered and had started diving to the river. So some tried and came back. They could not find the canoe, they could not find the bicycle, they could not find even the commodities. Others tried and then died inside. And then they had a voice, we can see the bicycle over there, we can see the canoe over there. And then they dived, and they had to get hold of the canoe and the bicycle. It was a miracle. The bicycle was secured, it was retrieved, and the canoe and the box, the carton that had the commodities, were safely retrieved from the river. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. I'm telling you, it was a miracle. I don't know if you've ever found yourself in a very difficult situation. You're almost dying, or you've been in a situation whereby you've lost hope, but you remember that truly God tells us or promises that I'll be with you. When you walk through the deep waters, I'll be with you. I'll give you security. It is good that we trust in God. As this family always prayed in the morning, in the afternoon, the evening, even these children were taught. In Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6, the Bible teaches us that train up a child the way he should go, and when he is old, he never depart from those ways. This is the kind of teachings that these parents had to pass over to their children. And these are the kind of teachings that you're supposed to teach our children, that when we are in troubles, we need to pray, we need to call upon God. Like this family, they trusted in God and they saw a miracle. They had a good reputation in the society, in the community. And that is why even when they were faced with such a challenge, the community had to mobilize themselves and had to volunteer to help this man. The man had to get back his bicycle, which was just the main source of income. And it is a miracle that even the sugar, even the flour, because it was tightly tied in a polythene paper, it was as dry as it was bought. It was a miracle. And then this wife was so happy. She started doing her bakings, and then she sold the kind of mandazi that she made from the flour, and then she sold, and she got a lot of money, and she gave back the tithe. So we are also encouraged to give back the 10%, the tithe, unto God, for God to bless us. I hope you've enjoyed your story. Next time, bye-bye.
From the planet Love, we bring you love. Yeah, I'm talking L-O-V-E, yeah. I mean L-O-V-E, now. Love is the only destination between your heart and your mind. Wait a minute now. Love is the only proclamation since the beginning of time. And it gets better. and it matters not your color, your class, or your career. Yes, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't matter the longitude or latitude of your geography. Yeah, you got to take some time for love with your heart. Take some time to love with your mind, and take some time to love when you share your body. Oh Lord, listen to me good now. Love is the only invitation, oh, that you can't decline. You wait a minute now. Love is the only reservation of which you're always on time. Listen to my people, and it matters not your religious denomination, or where you wanna, or who you wanna praise. I'm here to tell you, yes sir, it doesn't matter your political affiliation, or who you wanna be. I'm here to tell you people, take some time for love, yeah. Yes, with your mind. Take some time to love with your heart, and yes, you share your time with love. You know why? Because a love's got time for us. It doesn't matter the longitude or latitude of your geography. Oh, you take some time to love on the planet. We make some time to love. That's how God planned it. Share your heart with love now, yes, and even your body. Now you take some time to love people, and you make some time to love, yes, and then you share your heart with love, yeah. Even your body.
Let the good vibes take over.
You are listening to Emmachev Radio.
Manual processes, aging systems, costly errors, legacy warehouse operations are holding your business back. Stockouts, inaccurate data, wasted time. Without modern tools, inefficiency eats into your profits, but there's a better way. Meet Rockeye Inventory and Warehouse, your gateway to data-driven warehousing. It transforms chaos into clarity with tailored solutions designed for your business.
That was Brandenburg Concerto No. 3, a truly captivating piece. A little earlier, we also enjoyed Jack Raddick's with Love Is. Coming up next is Kara Square with Democracy. Speaking of concertos, did you know that the slowest movement in any concerto is often the second movement? It's typically a time for reflection and contrast to the more energetic outer movements. And here's another interesting tidbit. Bach's Brandenburg concertos were originally written as audition pieces, a sort of musical resume, but were rediscovered over a century later, solidifying his place as a musical genius.
There was a promise made, dreamers believed, but we didn't know what we were headed towards. Good fights were won, some felt left behind, and the demagogue drafted them for, and it was not their fault. They too believed hopes and promises that became this. Lies are commonplace, facts are misconstrued, blame is thrown around, living in this. Dissent is demonized, protest is emphasized, outrage denied, living in this. Everything I saw, all the progress made, on the verge of collapse, living in this. And we're all afraid of everyone we meet. Are you with us or them, living in this? If you have nothing to lose and think it's all rigged, and you're out of hope, you open up to. So many people hurt, so many need real change, enough to burn it down, force us into.
You are listening to Emmachev Radio.
$55 to an hour. How far will you drive? Riding down 45. Yeah. Thanksgiving dinner in Calvi, I already ate. It took me an hour to get here. Sorry I'm late. You held my hand beside the winter lights. Thank God you made the move. First kiss on the rocks, margaritas. Now I gotta see you soon. 55 to an hour. How far will you drive? Riding down 45. 55 to an hour. That's how far I'll drive just to see your eyes.